everyone, and welcome to tonight's game. The two teams that will be battling off tonight are the Mayville Cardinals and the WLA Vikings. I'm Austin Abel, and alongside me is my partner Brian Lidke. Brian, talk a little bit about the Viking girls team and their journey to this first playoff game.
The Vikings have had an up and down journey to the 7th seed in the playoffs, as their 10 and 12 record shows. But they've had some very good games, and I think they'll come out on top of this one.
Yes, Brian, and the Vikings are first to score here in the opening game. Brian, the WLA Vikings are coming into this game with a record of 10 and 12. Also, the Cardinals are 11 and 12 overall.
These teams have both been very well overall, but in conference, the Cardinals have suffered, and that is why they are ranked lower than the Vikings.
Brian, tell us a little bit about the Mayville Cardinals' strengths and weaknesses for tonight.
What they need to work on is shutting out Abby Hilbert down low, and they need to work on making their free throws and all their other shots as well if they want to have a shot at this.
It's already 2-0 WLA with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Brian, one big weakness for the Cardinals tonight is going to be able to keep the WLA crowd out of it.
Yes, it may look like there's not many fans here tonight, but they sure pack a punch when they're cheering for their home team.
Yes, Brian, as I was arriving tonight, there was not many parking spots open. And Brian, last time these two teams met was on February 3rd in the same building, and WLA came away with a victory with a final score of 44-24 Vikes.
The Vikings just dominated that game as they made all their shots very well, and they just dominated.
Yes, Brian? Lexi Herwick for 3. And Vikings are going to get called with an over and back on number 22, Sarah Kell.
False call for the Vikings, number 22, Sarah Kell. That is her first Viking team foul of the first half.
Austin, for those of you who weren't at the game last night, the WLA boys fell to the Amarillo Foxes 51-40 in their game last night.
Yes, Brian, and give us a little intake of what you think Coach Jeremiah Hoffman had to say to the boys after the loss.
He, I think, told them that they should keep their head up as they had a great season. They just couldn't make their shots last night against Amarillo.
Yes, Brian, tough for the Vikings, but what a great win for the Amarillo Foxes. Abby Hilbert fouled, and we'll get a trip to the free throw line. Brian, like you said, these Mayville Cardinals need to keep an eye on Abby Hilbert down low.
They need to shut her out on offense, because if they can stop her, they will have to resort to their outside shooting, which can suffer at times.
And Abby Hilbert is successful on her free throw. 5-0 already, Vikings, with 5:40 remaining in the first quarter. Mayville looks to run a play. Cassie Krieger.
Early into her first varsity playoff game, Cassie Krieger looks like the nerves have not gotten to her.
No, Brian, she's a very skilled freshman who will look to become a great leader in the upcoming years. Sammy Kraus, download Abby Hilbert, and it is going to be called a jump ball Vikes possession. Excuse me, my bad, Mayville. Brian, what do you think Coach Herwig had to say to the girls before this game began in the locker room?
I think Coach told them they should just keep the way they played against Mayville in their last meeting, as they beat them by 20 points. If they can continue that, they will have no problem getting this win.
Yes. Mayville feels like they're being a little rushed right now. WLA Vikings playing great defense. Number 3 dribbles, drives, penetrate, dishes. Number 5, an open look but cannot contribute, and Abby Hilbert with the rebound. A quick push out to number 14, Lexi Herwig. And still no points on the board for the Mayville Cardinals. Brian, talk a little bit about their nerves coming into this first playoff game.
Of course, the Mayville fans are going to think that they should have started off better. But WLA's defense has been stifling.
And the Vikes are going to get called with a double dribble. Number 22 and number 40 come in for the Mayville Cardinals. And Aaron Isaacson, number 15, in for the WLA Vikings.
Timeout is called on the Cardinals. That is their first timeout of the evening. It is a 30-second timeout. 4 timeouts remaining.
And the WLA calls a timeout, and we'll be back. And we're back after the timeout, and it's going to be Mayville Cardinal ball. Number 3 is fouled by number 14, Lexi Herwig.
Foul of the Vikings, number 14, Lexi Herwig. That's her first. Team second.
Brian, as we see, the WLA fans have been declared a whiteout.
And it looks like Mayville will turn it over again. They are still have no points on the board.
Yes, Brian, very weird. You can tell they have a little, a little nerves in their stomach right now.
Not to mention the play-by-play announcers as well.
Yeah.
Foul called Cardinals, number 22, Shannon Wagner, her first. Team foul number 2.
Lexi Herwig inbounding to Sammy Kraus, swinging the ball nicely for an open look for Aaron Isaacson, but not able to contribute.
Vikings, number 14, Lexi Herwig, that's her second. Team's third.
And Brian, talk a little bit about how fouls will come in play. Lexi Herwig, a very key player for this team, has already 2 fouls in the first quarter. Talk a little bit about how they're going to have to contribute.
That may take Lexi Herwig out of the game a little bit. It'll get into her mind and she'll realize she cannot foul, so she might stop her aggressive play.
Yes, Brian, and as we were talking, Aaron Isaacson gets called with a charge.
For those of you just tuning in, the Vikings are up 5-0 over the Mayville Cardinals with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first period.
Yes, Brian, with such low-scoring game already, talk about how the defense plays a role.
As you can see by the score, the Vikings have been amazing on their side of defense, and the Cardinals have been just as good, only their offense hasn't helped them.
Yes, Brian. And the Mayville Cardinals are going to turn it over once again to the WLA Vikings.
Austin, talk to us a little more about how the turnovers will hurt both teams.
Well, Brian, as we see, Mayville Cardinals cannot score because they keep turning it over. They need to cut down on their turnovers and run a little offense. Abby Hilbert with a wide open look, but cannot contribute, and it's going to be a jump ball. Still, Vikes possession. WLA swinging the ball nicely for an open look for Abby Hilbert. And she will be fouled, and we have 2 shots at the line.
Cardinal foul. Number 40, Lily Shelcutter. That is her first, team's third. Abby Hilbert at the line, shooting 2.
And Brian, talk about what Coach Herwig might talk to the girls about at halftime.
He will tell them to keep up the defense, as Mayville still hasn't put a bucket up on the board. And he will tell them just keep up the offense and points will come.
Yes, Brian, the Mayville Cardinals need to find a way to put the ball in the hoop.
Let's see if the Cardinals can do it on this possession as they get their offense set up.
Yes, Brian, it looks like WLA is in a man-to-man right now. They will look to stay in this defense because Mayville cannot score yet. They need to slow down and run some offense. As we were talking, Brian, number 30, Haley Trabb, the sophomore, has got a spot in the court right now. Talk about the faith Coach Herwig has in her as a sophomore.
Well, this team does not have a lot of veteran leadership, but they're hoping that if they can give Haley Trapp some minutes, she will develop the experience that she needs to be the leader on and off the court. One thing that has stopped Mayville from scoring is their continual turnovers. They've got to cut down on those if they want to be in this.
WLA swinging the ball around nicely. Haley Trapp with an open look from 3, but cannot score. Rebound by the Mayville Cardinals, and they are going to try and push it up again and try and get their first field goal. Number 4 on the outside with the ball. Swings it over to the other wing, number 40. Quick dish to number 22, but still cannot get that ball in the hoop. Brian, the advantage WLA has tonight, I think, is going to be how quick they are. Talk about the quickness of this team.
Now, the quickness for the Vikings is very important, as their defense has showed. They've been quick on the ball on defense, and they haven't let Mayville score.
Yes. Ryan, both of these teams don't have much height.
Falls on the Vikings, number 11, Sarah Newman. That's her first, team's 4th. In for the Cardinals, number 10, Carrie Grove. For the Vikings, number 32, Lizzie Cross.
Inbounding the ball, number 22 to number 3. Mayville Cardinals, number 4 in the wing. Tries to drive baseline, but cannot get it and turns it over. WLA using their quickness down the court. Sarah Newman under the hoop, and she will score. This will give us a 10-point lead for WLA, and we're just ending the first quarter, and Mayville still with no points on the board.
That was a very nice up and under move by Sarah Newman, and it capitalizes on it.
Yes, a little pump fake. Drive the defender off, and she puts it up easy for a layup.
And at the end of the first period, it is Vikings ahead 10-0 over the Mayville Cardinals. This is time for station identification. You're listening to 1600 AWRPN, home of the Vikings Radio Network.
And we're here to start the second quarter. WLA up 10, Mayville Cardinals 0. Mayville is going to turn it over once again, Brian. Talk about the turnovers. How many does Mayville have already?
I think they've got just about 7 or so. And the Cardinals, if they keep turning it over, they're not going to get to score.
Ball's called on the Vikings Vikings, number 13, Christina Bloom.
And number
That's her
13, Christina Bloom, is going to get called with the foul. Mayville, once again, Brian. That will be 8 turnovers now, and they need to look to put the ball in the hoop. They need to slow down their offense and run a play.
Now the Vikings may have opened this up, their lead even more, but thanks to missed bunny shots like that one, the Vikings are still only have a 10-point lead.
Teams 4, Abby Hilbert at the line, shooting 2.
Brian, Abby Hilbert able to get to the line for 2 again. These free throws are killing Mayville as their turnovers.
Yeah, the Vikings are actually making their free throws, which is a pleasant surprise compared to the season they've had. But if they can keep this up, it's still now 11-0. So let's see if the Cardinals can score.
Brian, you can tell Mayville has effort, but the WLA Vikings defense is too good.
Vikings defense has just completely come to a halt for the Cardinals, and they need to slow down their offense and get something started here.
One thing WLA does such good is swing the ball and get it down low. And there is Christina Bloom scoring for 2.
Christina Bloom.
Mayville looking to swing the ball. Number 4 dribbles baseline. Gets a good look from number 10. But she is not able to succeed in WLA using their speed coming down real quick. A nice steal by number 22 of the Cardinals. But she cannot make it. Brian, what is going on?
As I said earlier, the Cardinals need to slow down their offense. Even that layup, if she would have just taken her time, she might have been able to score there.
Yes, Brian, no defender was even close.
As I've said before, the 2 hardest shots in high school basketball are the layup and the free throw.
Yes, Brian, you would think it'd be the easiest. Sammy Krause quickly double teamed. Open look, Cassie Krieger.
Krieger tonight has not been scoring as many, but she's been very helpful assisting to others like Christina Bloom and Abby Hilbert down
Yes,
low.
Brian, as she has contributed to the defense. Swing the ball to Sitter. Newman an open look on 3, but front rimmed. And rebounded by number 12 and quickly outletted to number 3. And they are going to call a foul on number 22, which will send her to the line, Brian. And she needs to find a way to knock down these free throws.
These free throws are very important right now, especially because the Cardinals still haven't scored. So let's see if they can find a way to sink these shots.
Yes, Brian, and it's 13 Vikings, Cardinals 0, 4:42 remaining in the half. And they're on the board, Brian.
14, Abby Amundsen. Number 30, Adrian Longberger for the Vikings. Number 15, Erin Isaacson. 22, Sarah Kell. Number 30, Haley Trapp.
Brick the second, rebounded by Sarah Kell and quickly outletted to number 20, Sammy Krause. What a shot by Sammy Kraus. A little leaner. And she's going to get called with a traveling call. Turnover number 9.
The Cardinals have been quite careless with the basketball this evening, and it shows by the 15-1 score.
The Vikings, number 24, Caroline Flood.
Haley Trapp had an open look in the corner, but hesitated. Back out to Sarah Newman. Swung over to Haley Trapp again. Swinging it. Try to get it down to Sarah Kell. A 22 gets a hand on it. Quickly outlated to number 14. Brian. Turnover number 10. These turnovers are killing this Mayville squad.
Yes, it is, Austin, and they, once again, need to slow down and just calm down and get some baskets.
Brian, we seem like a broken record. We keep saying the same things, but they really need to work on it. What do you think their coach will have to say at half?
Their coach will say, let's just get out there and run our offense.
Let's take a short breather and slow down.
One more time.
The Vikings have also been getting rebounds on the offensive end, which has definitely helped.
Brian, Aaron Isaacson will go to the line for 2. Now their free throws, she's knocked down her 2 already tonight. She gets her 100%. Talk about if she'll make these, you think?
I think she will make one of 2. I think the nerves might get to her, but I think she'll make one of them at least.
We'll see, Brian. The first one's up, and she sinks it.
Let's hope that I'm proven wrong.
And for the Vikings, number 12, Karen Jelly.
Karen Jelly subs in for number 30, Haley Trapp. Aaron Isaacson gets the ball at the line, takes a couple dribbles. Launches it up. And Brian, you are correct. 50% on that trip. And they're going to call a full timeout for the Mayville Cardinals. We'll be back.
They have 3 timeouts remaining.
And we're back after a Cardinal timeout. Cardinals look to push it up after the timeout. Running a play, it looks like number 4, an open wing from 3. Rebounded by the Cardinals, and she'll launch one up. But we're going to get called for a travel. Brian, these turnovers, I cannot tell you enough.
We can't stress the importance of turnovers in games like this, Austin.
Karen Jelly open from 3 from the wing, but cannot contribute. Gonna be Mayville Cardinal ball. Brian, if the WLA Viking girls win tonight, they will be playing on Friday night.
Yes, that is exactly right, Austin, and they will be playing against, I cannot recall at the moment, but they will be playing a team, Columbus, if I'm correct.
Yep, the number 2 seed. Talk a little bit about Caroline, what Coach Sherwick sees in her.
Caroline Flood has been a senior who mostly has come off the bench for the Vikings this year, but she has provided senior leadership on and off the court.
I remember what that was a beast. I remember what that was
If the Vikings advance to the next round, they need to have a defensive performance like this and hold Columbus to almost no points.
Yes, Brian, that Columbus team is going to be very tough. Like you said, they are the 2nd seed.
Are now in the bonus to the line Paige
Yes, and
Easy.
with the second seed, they have home court advantage, so that will be a factor in the game. Mayville is in the bonus now, so that might help them coming down the stretch and give them some momentum going into the second half.
Gonna be WLA ball. Turnover by the Mayville Cardinals. Caramel jelly. Quick dish to Caroline. WLA looks to be set up and running a play here. Brian, it looks like Haley Trapp is getting some valuable minutes here in an important game.
Well, with the Vikings at 16-2, they can afford to put her in right now.
As Brian, going to be turnover on the Mayville Cardinals with the travel.
There we go. Now we're doing a full court press.
The Mayville crowd has not had much energy tonight, but when they have, it's been complaining about a call.
I agree, Brian, and it looks like Mayville Cardinals will be in a press now, full court. Let's see how WLA manages with it. They get the inbound to Sammy Crow. She's quickly double-teamed. Haley Trapp wide open on the wing. Quickly dribbles down court. And Haley Trapp will get the right-handed layup to fall. This will settle down this Mayville crowd.
This is a very good sign for the Vikings. They've made their free throws and their layups tonight. Very important in this game.
As it shows on the scoreboard, Brian, a minute left here in the half. Vikings 18, Cardinals 2.
Viking foul, number 20, Sandy Krause, her first. Team's 8. Kate Bemis steps to the line, shooting 1. Plus the bonus.
Brian plus the bonus. She gets her first one to fall. That gives them 3 now.
But the Cardinals have to string a few more baskets together if they want to get in this.
Yes, Brian, they get a rebound. And she's fouled once again. Another 2 on the line.
Calls on the Vikings, number 22, Sarah Kell, that is her third.
Brian, Sarah Kell already with her third. Talked about how important that is to keep her from not getting her fourth. It's only the first half.
If she gets 4 fouls, she's basically going to be out for the entire second half. And they can't afford that as she's a very good aggressive rebounder.
Finally a rebound by the Vikings. 45 seconds here remaining in the first half. Karen dribbling. Brian, talk about Karen Nagelli's injury throughout the season with her arm.
Well, she was out for a short while, but she has come back now and she looks as strong as ever.
Yes, Brian, we were announcing that game when it happened, and it looked very nasty.
It looked nasty, but as you can tell, she is now back and back to full strength.
Brian, looks like Mayville Cardinals are in a 2-3 zone right now. Good defense by the Cardinals, but they tip it out of bounds, and it'll remain Viking ball.
Cardinals need to keep up their strong defense if they hope to stay in this.
Inbounded to Karen. 20 seconds left. Sarah Kell is blocked. But a nice defensive play by Haley Trapp, who tries to throw it up but cannot get it to fall. They got a 3-on-2 here, Brian. We'll see what they look to do. Number 4 on the wing. Brian, talk about number 4 and the open look she's been getting tonight but cannot contribute.
She's been getting some open looks, but they have not been falling for her as well as the rest of her Mayville teammates.
Yes, Brian, looks like the first half here is about to end with 4 seconds left. We're going to stop the clock at 4.4, and it's going to become Vikes ball. excuse me, my bad, Mayville.
But it doesn't matter as the Vikings regain possession, but can't get a shot off in time.
And Brian, that's the end of the first half. WLA 18, Cardinals 4.
You're listening to AM 1600 WRPN, home of the Vikings Radio Network.